dive-based composition. They've got the Orisa Diva, Bap Brig, Torb to really counter flankers and really hold its own space, as well as Ashe. So this is like a very like counter dive strat, because you've got Diva, who sort of can counter Winston or Ball to some extent. You've got the Torb turret and essentially Torb that can deal with flankers, and then you've got Brig Bap that can essentially hold really far back if they position well, so Winston doesn't get a lot of cleave damage. So they look to go with actually the double bubble, which is, you know, interesting. Also, Anyhow is actually playing Winston, and Infected is playing Zarya. That's a huge nade, and they managed to actually catch someone off. Jam manages to get a kill as well, though. What pretty big bubble, and it looks like this is already going GeForce's way. Oh, although two people go hyper aggressive and sort of end up trading into Adren, and unfortunately, it still looks like it's gonna be GeForce. Squiggle comes in, yeah. The thing there is, like, this Torb really shouldn't be caught out like that, and their whole backline should have been playing further up. It would have looked a little bit better. Because they didn't essentially, like, position correctly, they were sort of just taken off. Like, they have to live, essentially, the bubble and the Winston bubble. As well as look to alt trade when Nano comes up. Oh, Ultima? Just flanking casually.
Flight routine activated.
And there it is. I'll go into map 2. So we might have a small break here. If needed, we'll see. But looks like I think our next map is Oasis, not fully sure. Curious to see if, you know, Wichita will change anything up. I have a feeling G will probably just keep playing the ball-based comp and go aggressive with that. Also, like, while this is happening, there are other matches going on. I'm gonna see if I can pull those up. Let's see here. So we have, so Crack Cats 3-0'd Team Pancakes. So that happened. Let's pull up the rest of the bracket here. So here it is. Okay, so Bearclaw will face Cracked Cat, so that'll be an interesting one, because both those teams are, you know, pretty, again, they're about around the same SR, both 4.5k, both sort of top. I know Bearclaw is known to like sort of be up there with GeForce normally. Cracked Cats is a little bit lower, but I think that'll definitely be a good match to watch. I'm curious to see how that one goes, and we'll be watching that next.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1.
Oh, 2-0. Sorry, not 3-0. Because it's a best of 3. It's a best of 3. It's my bad. Best of 3 is a single elimination. So they're actually playing Brawl, and they have a McCree Torb. Interesting. Very interesting. They're looking to sort of bunker in here, sort of live while force point. Although, unfortunately, Adren's shield sort of going down, and he's not really able to stabilize. He's pushing forward now. Ball slams in. Really big slam. A lot of, honestly, shield gained from that. The amount of shield he gained from that allowed him to go for another roll through. Wow. That's quite insane. And then they tried to push in, but Madera just said no and got a 2k. it's going to be very difficult for Wichita here. They really need to be able to, again, flush out these flankers before they could really push in. If they can't, then they're just inherently probably going to lose by angles, as well as the enemy team is going to build ultimates faster because they are more spam-based composition. Gem, however, has Cole, and that'll be a good thing. Again, you can sort of see that, like, G-Forces just pushes the tempo. They're going always so aggressive. They're a really, really, really aggressive team. Madero's like on a hard flank, looking to get a bunch of damage. There's a Pummy coffees Ryan. Just goes straight in, big shatter bomb, and just straight in. Pummy, I think Pummy was curious about taking a ride on the car there. He wanted to see if he could catch a fast one. Yep, just started with the round. Just started. Okay, so Wichita's got beat. Madero gets a huge pick on Jam. That pretty much ends that fight. I'm actually shocked Magic looks to rally there. I think the fight's already won. Oh, Infected actually goes in and feeds. Pummy's hyper aggro, but has a little bit of extra armor, so he's able to go in. Now they're sort of just holding close. I love this angle, even though this is like insanely aggressive, right? But if you've seen Pummy, whenever he's like holding aggressive angles, he plays like stuff really well. And as long as the Brig is in his LOS and you can get Pack and Orb, he won't die very easily because the only thing that can really shoot him is Kree. And then you can just kite that left angle there. Infected goes in, slam, not getting a lot of value out of it. Diva Bomb maybe to peel. They push with the trance and go straight to their spawn. Again, like they're like if they're ready to beat out, they could have beat it and then forced the brawl, and they could have maybe actually won that. Other thing I think about is like Moira like has to get valued brawl value. Moira doesn't have like as much utility as like BAP with like Lamp or something. So the longer the fight goes, it just doesn't give as much value as like Briggs Zen would in a backline. What a pin though. Goes in, gets a kill. Jam kills Pummy. Torvald all over point. Infected gets Adren. Notice how like G-Force like sort of peels, and they whenever someone goes aggressive, really aggressive, and they kill the people who are going aggressive, and then after that they sort of push back, and like they have this really decent understanding of ebb and flow, making it very hard for an enemy team, especially when they hold so aggressively because they're forced to go forward. They really abuse that.
Score 1-0.
Let's see here. So now we go into round 2. We're gonna play it on Gardens. This is always an interesting map to me because like I think retake on this map is just actually AIDS. It's so difficult. Like it's just inherently hard. Whoever has point control like literally can control the map so easily, unless the enemy team has like an ult advantage or significantly knows how to like bait point. It's really the only way to really go about it. It looks like Wichita is going to sort of keep it up with like the brawl, except they're going to change it up and go even more aggressive with a Doomfist. I'm shocked they're keeping it Kree, but maybe he's like he's not Kree, sorry, Cass maybe he's a really strong Cass player. I would assume maybe they want to go some type of like Reaper Doom or like maybe even Ryan Winston Bulldozer. Oh, and Infected goes off the map, and that's one way to start the round. They're looking for an engage. Notice how Anyhow was sort of forcing point, and Tracer was forcing point. Now they look to go in. They need to hit that backline hard. Pummy goes in, and they should instantly turn on that Genji and try and kill him, but instead they managed to kill the backline, and this could be a fight win actually for Wichita Wolves. Infected goes in, slams, jams, Fate is forced, and it looks like Wichita Wolves takes a W here. Now Jam now has Coalescence, and it looks like I think Magic actually swaps to a Mercy to look to damage boost, which is interesting. And a big boot by Infected. He actually manages to get the casts from Wichita Wolves. Adren's shield's going down pretty fast. A big Coalescence, and again you're seeing like Wichita Wolves actually not really initiate first here, and like G-Force is just setting tempo, even though Wichita Wolves is a brawl-based composition and really should be like setting up closer and really going straight on that back line. How's everyone in chat doing? Echo Diff, what's up? Ghostly, hi. Hey Charlie. So now G-Force has got point control. They have Blade. They have Pulse, they have Mines, they have Diva Bomb. Knowing them, they're going to go really early again, right? You're seeing like Infected already have some like Ball Spot. He's on the high ground. Look for an early Pulse Bomb. They don't have Lamp, and unfortunately didn't get a kill, but did force Heal Orb. Maybe some DM. Now Infected's probably going to look for Mines here. Big Mind Slam. Mines follow up by Blade. And there it is. I like, you can sort of see again like just how they're playing. They play so aggressive, and they always like have an idea of where they want to go and who they want to commit on. Madero's playing really far back. They managed to live though. It was a great beat to actually come back and try and live. Oh, the Diva Bomb was trying to go over, but it wasn't able to. But it managed to kill Madero instead, and this could still look like Wichita Wolves' fight actually. Mainly because Jam is still alive on the Moira and is able to keep everyone up. Pummy comes back on Farah, and Infected unfortunately will die here too, and Wichita Wolves will cap. This is going to be tricky actually for GeForce, because again, like I said, retake is very difficult, especially when they're playing a more spam-based composition. They can play slower, but again, if Wichita plays fast and sort of sets tempo, that's a big pick right there. They really needed that Coalescence to go in, and there's a big boop. High Noon to buy time kills Pummy. It's a good High Noon. Adoran actually manages to kill Meatball, and they push. That's a great push. One thing, like, again, I would sort of suggest, and it's like, this is great for McCree and, like, start a fight, but, like, actually holding more over here, and so you can actually have your Reinhardt sort of push into their squishies even faster. The longer the distance, that means the longer the time you're going to be able to get on that Zen, and you really want to get on that Zen as fast as possible. So now, again, they used Cole here to win that fight, traded for the Infected's Mines. In fact, it does manage to kill Wichita Wolf's Doomfist, Swiggle. Infected and getting a lot of value. It feels like right now Wichita is sort of like, again, stuck in that ebb and flow state where they're not actually pushing. They're sort of trying to live, and they're just getting surrounded. So they really need to make to look to play here, whether it's Diva Bomb, Doomfist Ult, or whatever. Meatball goes for a really risky res here. Manages to get it off, and I think this is actually going to be the GeForce's win here. I love how they sort of like kept going aggressive. They kept surrounding. They didn't like give up there. It worked. It was done really well. Wichita just needed to find a target and go on it. You can't just stand there getting surrounded. You got to make a faster reaction, a faster decision. Ultima's probably gonna look for a pulse here. Gets Adoran again to 1 HP. The follow-ups there are instantly on Adoran, and because there's no lamp, there's only burst, like a burst healing. He unfortunately dies. Blade going forward with damage boost, and that might be it. I believe Wichita will be able to touch here, but I think it'll be rough. Squiggle's looking for the Doomfist Ult touch. Anyhow, they're in spawn. There's a beat. Jam manages to get to 2 kills. Wait a minute, they can come back here if they touch. If they touch, it's doable. It's winnable. Ultima kills Cass. Diva Bomb going to point. That could be a big Diva Bomb slam, but I think it's a bit high. Ultima does kind of have pulse. Cass is unfortunately dead, but has High Noon. Ultima managed to kill Jam. Squiggles comes in with a Doomfist punch. It's, I believe, Wichita's up by 1-2 right now on point. Anyhow's 1 HP, trying to live against D-Mex. It's looking like this fight's actually going to go to Wichita. What a turnaround. And that's like one of the actual thing that like a lot of teams struggle with is like when they're trying to spawn hold and someone goes to point, how do they actually divert resources and deal with that? So many teams end up kiting, and when they kite, the enemy team pushes into their kite and they get picks. We need that amp speed there. And he should have dropped to look to kill the ball. It's unlucky. They weren't able to get value. Madero's got trance though, and that could be really big. The Doomfist is 1 HP. Anyhow manages to kill him. They push in, but the trance is there. Oh no, it's looking like this is going to GeForce. It's a huge shatter. They do manage to get 2, but Madero is constantly getting picks here. Jam is 1 HP, unfortunately gets picked by Pummy, and it looks like GeForce will probably take the map and the round. And that red should not be allowed. Very true, very true. Also, if you're interested about the tourney, check out that. You can also check out L8TENCY too if you're curious about the people and the organization that did this amazing tournament. Let me find my amazing, there we go. And you can check them out too. They are a services and competition company as well. And anyhow goes in with the Diva Bomb and a big 3k. So that concludes that. As we said, it was a best of 3, so GeForce takes the win. Now I believe round 2, which I think will be a very, very good round, will essentially be, it's going to be, let me double check, but I think I said it earlier. It's going to be Bear Claw versus Cracked Cats, and I think we'll have an estimated time on that soon. But that's who we'll be seeing. I'm pretty excited for that one because I think that should be a lot of fun. I think both those teams are quite good, just like this. So I'm curious to see sort of, what Crack Cats does. Crack Cats always, they run some interesting things. They have some really strong mechanical players. And Bear Claw has a lot of they've been a team together for a bit, from my understanding. So yeah, I'm kicking you all down. So. What's up, Magic? Congrats on the win, man. Congrats on the win. You had one very interesting rally on Gardens. That was very interesting. So let me retweet this and say. One second. So this is Bear Claw's first game. They had a bye, so they may not be as warmed up as Cracked Cats. So we'll sort of see what happens here with that. Should be interesting. One sec. I'm just quickly making this message. Commentating? I'm trying to commentate, man. It's hard. Last time I did a full-on tournament, Raven basically told me my voice was gone the next day. So I'm trying to not lose my voice because I think that would be bad. So my team was in this journey. We did not know they were this. Yeah. I will say, I think in the future they might do different ways of approach the tournament differently. But I think in general, when you play in a tournament structure where you have a team that's inherently better than you, there's still a lot to learn. Obviously, you might be getting spawn camped. Obviously, it might be difficult, but there's, in my opinion, always just something to learn because you can see how they're playing so aggressive. What are they doing? Zest is in. Going on. I think I just tweeted that. Okay. What? Yeah, it is a single elimination tourney. Single elimination. Let me quickly check this message. You'll commentate, Venom. You might be a little biased though, considering you coach Bear Claw. I feel like there might be some biased things going on here. But yeah. Infected lurking in chat. I see you. I see you, dude. Congrats on the win. Ultima 2. Dude, not gonna lie, Venom, me and you commentating, I think that'd be pretty good. I think that'd be pretty good. I feel like you'd bring more energy and emotion to it, and I'd just be there and try to say a few things. But I think it'd be good. Let's see here. What's up, Ultima? What's up, Micro? Yeah, I want to convince my team to play, but they weren't up for it, so we forfeit. Unlucky. It's okay, it happens. Like I said, there's definitely a lot of tournaments and leagues out there. Like, what people don't realize, like, is that Overwatch now, because of amazing people like Latency, there's just a lot more stuff, and, yeah. Are you guys okay with lockdown? They're just figuring out some stuff there, and then they'll start. This, again, I think will be a really interesting match. Asher is a great player. I remember like working with Asher, I believe when he was like 4.2. I'm expecting him to pull up my Discord DMs. I swear. Asher and let's see. Oh, never mind. I thought I worked with him. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm confusing him with someone else. I asked him to ring once last year. Last year, literally last year, tomorrow. I asked him to ring once. Oh, it's funny. There's something on our end. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you guys are doing a good thing for the scene, and I think there's always going to be a little bit of learning aspect as well. So, but that's okay. The fact is, you guys came and you guys gave an amazing tournament for the community. And brackets are live at their website. Yup. I should have actually probably. Let me quickly make a bracket command. Yes. Ah, I love how Raven just shouting at me across the room. Nathan! Because I was so busy talking. Boston fine? Boston fine. So this should be good. Clear is like he's a really interesting off tank because in my opinion he's like one of those off tanks that doesn't really stand out a lot sometimes. I mean, yes, he has a flashy diva bombs, but he has such a good like survivability. Wait, 3, 2, 1.
Initiating match.
What's up, J-Bubs? Boston picked up fine. Ultima, you're very funny. And J-Bubs over here. Very, very, very good main tank. So Snow, I think, is like a very underappreciated like hit scan Widow player. I think he's like definitely gonna be one of the newer generation, I think, to come up. I'm really curious to see what he does here as well. We're starting on Numbani, which will that'll be interesting. So yeah, we're gonna see some Winston-based compositions. Are the teams gonna go for the Echo? Are they gonna go for maybe like on a defense they could play a Soldier Ash or Soldier Torb, something more unorthodox. Locked 0, thanks to follow. But let's sort of see. It looks like they might just go for the standard mirror. I'm just surprised actually that Deco is not going Mercy. I can't remember how good his Mercy is because I did work with Blue Team a little bit in the past. They have a good coach, Echo Force. But yeah, I'm a little surprised they're not going with Mercy here, actually. One of the most interesting things I always think about is like why people like don't fully understand why Ana's play here, and it's like. And everyone now just defaults there without actually understanding why. There's like a specific reason why. It's because of snipers and like long range people, and to some extent maybe Echo like stickies, but like you only play there because of that. Otherwise, like you can play more further up. And normally when you're playing here, you're normally fighting for this corner right over here to essentially, try and control that space so that you can build nano as well as you can try and like soft pressure their backline. Wow, Dylan takes a lot of damage over there. A lot. Also, Zest is sort of in an interesting spot. He is off angling quite well, but these sort of dives, I'd say, by Bear Claw look a lot more coordinated. Also, Cracked Cat's backline sort of splits when they kite. You can sort of see one ends up kiting there, one goes here, which sort of creates a problem. Also, Pink goes on a really aggressive rotation, sort of rotating like this and really playing aggro, but it ends up working for Bear Claw, and they end up capping, and they end up winning that fight without even using nano, which is quite surprising. There's definitely some issues in terms of Crackcat's tanks just taking way too much damage, and Crackcat's not really applying enough damage to their front line as well. Hey, short. Okay, so Pink, both teams are closing nano. Bear Claw's a little bit closer. You can definitely see Asher's actually taking the damage for nano. So let's see if like Crackcat here is actually able to live that nano engage. Wojtek is looking for his own Nano engage, and there's Nano and in. Interesting. Astro actually looks to peel and back up, and they live that Nano engage by ALW. They're actually not able to get that much value, and it's a double Winston engage with Nano as well. And Bearclaw is going pretty aggressive here. There's Graham in, and Tim gets 2 kills. There's a primal there by ALW, and their backline is pretty much dead. That's a interesting primal decision there. I don't necessarily agree with that one, especially when they could probably use that to recontest. Unless they're planning on swapping compositions. That was definitely not the move. Can we look to go back in this next fight? I'm expecting Crackcats to hopefully push out with like an Echo copy, use rally mid-fight. Pulse first, obviously, to look to Pulse Graham and hit that rally so he can't rally. Astro's holding a lot of aggressive space, which I like. Tim's there to hold him up. ALW is able to actually walk forward for sort of free. Zest manages to copy the Diva. Pulse goes in, unfortunately doesn't get anybody. Zest is taking a nap, gets flailed away. There's Diva Bomb mid-fight. Pretty decent Diva Bomb there. Splits the backline up as well. Zura managed to kill Zest, and it's a great rally by Graham to push forward. Deco manages to mirror rally, push forward too. Looks sort of even-ish. It's just a matter of who's sort of going to win this ebb and flow here. Graham, they needed to push harder. Graham should die. ALW is very low, and honestly, Wojtek is in a really weird spot on that high ground where he can't really like heal as much as he probably wanted to. Low ground's always a little bit safer, in my opinion. ALW, even with a nano, is just so low. He's not really getting the heals he needs, as well as he's sort of playing in these open spaces that you sort of saw at the start of fight, where he just walked forward. Not really playing around corners, where Tracer could have stalled card if needed instead of him. Although Tracer did have look for Pulse there, so could have been Diva. Unfortunately, they end up losing the ebb and flow matchup there. And if you sort of look at it as well, going into this next fight, Bearclaw actually has copy and nano, and they have 4 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. That's quite a lot. I'm gonna be honest, like, this is looking hard for Crackcats. They have to stabilize here, and they need to make sure that they're able to look for like positive ult. They need to live some ultimates. They need to live that nano. They need to live that double copy. Their backline better be ready to absorb. Or definitely prevent that. And there it is right there, and that's a good sleep, but there's that Echo copy after, and I think both of them might die here. Yep. So Deco's dead, ALW goes in, dies. Wojtek unfortunately gets primaled off the map. So those are the 2 ultimates, and sort of what I said, that they really needed to try and live there, or at least force that fight to be long while stalling cards, so that they could build ultimates, so that coming into this fight right over here, they'll have more ultimates, so they could like try and win this fight. However, again, if you sort of look at this, they have Bearclaw's got rally, and they're pushing really aggressively, and you can sort of see again ALW sort of getting forced low really early because he's jumping cart when he should be playing around corners. His job is not to contest cart. Astro goes really aggressive on Deco, which is a huge pick right now, because now Bearclaw essentially has a massive healing advantage, and Graham sort of just walking around cart, flailing, bashing, you know, hitting people, having a good time, and they cap with 3 minutes and 18 seconds. Wow. Tim Gap.
Score 0.
Very, very interesting fight there, or round. Definitely felt like some of these fights were really, really close, especially on second point where that fight went really long. There were just some issues with, like, you know, tanks taking too much damage and the heals not being there to provide for it as well. Let's look at here. Liminara, hello, hello, hello. Little Lucio, what's up, man? Hope you guys are enjoying. So let's see if they change things up. I have a feeling, you know, they won't change things up too much. I think they'll probably say the same thing. Again, I really like Mercy. I think Mercy's really good, but if you're a really strong Brig player, might as well play for your Brig player. So, what's up, Amir? N8 Games, there's no one called Joe. This is disappointing. Man, that's a little... One of the biggest mistakes I also think a lot of Echo players make is you play here for a reason. Your Winston also plays here at the start for a reason. Why? Because you take less poke, right? If your Winston plays here, he takes a lot of poke by the enemy team. He plays here, he takes less poke if the enemy team is main. Also Echo over here, so there's a crossfire, which is like really important, because if the enemy team jumps over here, you can crossfire and you don't have to use your shift, so that the enemy team hard commits, then you can shift to peel, or you can shift to actually go aggressive on their backline. And a lot of Echoes sort of just use shift like unnecessarily, so that when the actual engage happens, they don't have shift to peel for their backline or shift to go aggressive on the enemy backline. As well as I think a lot of Brigs like don't hold enough aggressive space here and try to inspire as much as they should. He'll pick up a Joe soon. So there's sort of that like fly thing, right? Like I hope he's like ends on that high ground. He does good. That's pretty good. He should just poke there. He doesn't like need to use his fly. There's like very little threats on him. There's a nice big poke. You can already see that actually there, Crack Cats has a bubble advantage, which is quite good. And right now they're just trading space. They're really fighting for this corner right over here. Deco goes aggressive, looks for a flail. I'm not sure if he was able to actually get one there. ALW bubbling early, Astrogenic bubbling second, so he can hold space more. And one of the things that I really like to see Tracers do actually during this is actually force point, because the Deco then can pack the Tracer and then like can sort of split focus. Again, if you sort of see this nano engage, it's like not, it's like creating space, right? But are they actually able to get a kill, right? Or is ALW actually living? And those are the two things I always look at nano engages. Like you're creating space, are you able to live, or do you get a kill? A kill is a bonus. You're not like it's like an extra, it's a present if you get a kill. But if you create space, that's awesome. But you need to actually be able to live. And unfortunately, he doesn't live there, which then means that the enemy backliner in this situation, Bearclaw, can just walk up for free. As well as one thing to realize is because your Brig is under so much pressure and your Brig lives, your Brig is going to inherently have more rally uptime. But it's also because you're on defense, the enemy tanks are jumping up here, so it's easier for Graham to actually, build Inspire, whereas Deco on the low ground can't actually build it as fast because he has to look for these flails that are harder. And something that I think a lot of defense teams don't realize is that always the defensive team here has a rally advantage, and I never actually see teams just drop and rally in and abuse that rally advantage. Even in like Owl or contenders, and I'd actually be really curious to why, because I think that's like a really good play you could go for, especially for teams that like to be aggressive. Astro just gets a huge kill, so again, you can sort of see the difference, right, between like alt usage here, where like Astro and Zura like copy, they double Winston in the backline, they instantly get a kill, they get 2 kills, make that. And they're sort of able, their backline's able to live. And this is like one of the most important things with, in my opinion, with like Winston comp mirrors or ball comp mirrors. How much value can you actually get out of your alts? How much can you actually live off enemy to alt engages as well? Left team versus right team. This is Crack Cats, this is Bear Claw. So going into this next fight here, we're gonna see Crack Cats have Rally, Diva Bomb, closing on another Nano, they have Pulse. So I definitely want to see Snow use that Pulse and try and get some value out of it. There's they jump AstroZenix. Oh wow, it's a huge nade actually by Wojtek that actually carries it. ALW dies there. That is unlucky. Tim gets a huge pulse on Deco, and now it's actually looking like that could be Bearclaw's game fight to win. What a nade by Wojtek though. Oh, that was a carry potential nade. ALW unfortunately swaps to ball now. It's gonna look a little rough. Again, one of the things that I think a lot of people don't understand is like Tracer can look to like push the high ground, but because of this distance here, it's very hard to actually get on their backline. So sometimes just inherently forcing point can be really, really, really good, because then you force someone to go to point, and whoever goes to point, you have packs, they may not, you can win that. They rotate high ground here. Okay. They rally, and there's that rally aggression, but the enemy team does have rally, so that doesn't make necessarily the most sense, but they are low and they could burst through it, and they actually managed to just burst through it and go hyper aggressive and manage to kill the 2 squishies that Crack Cats needs to keep alive. And it looks like this is gonna go, there's 10 seconds left, and this looks like it's gonna go to Bearclaw. I don't think they'll be able to touch. Deco's trying to touch. He touches. He manages to live. ALW's on the ball. He's nanoed. Wojtek managed to kill AstroZenix. AstroZenix does kill Wojtek though. And that looks like that map will go to Bearclaw with them full holding. Quick play Lord, I scouted. But wanted to sleep in. I was also wondering who Tim is, because I'm not sure who Tim is. What's up, Hirsch? I was not aware of this player. Oh. What tourney is this? This is the latency tournament. I will grab a thing right over here. You can do that. You can also do that. There are some college teams. It's fully open right now. You know, they'll see what they do in the future. Critical is here now. So that'll be interesting. Critical, I believe, is like their main flex support player. I'm not fully sure. Wojtek is more of a sub, but I could be wrong. Maybe they play on certain heroes. Maybe Critical plays Zen, Wojtek plays Ana. I'm not sure. But now Critical's here. Let's see if that changes stuff up for them. Very, very, very curious. We're gonna go to Ilios. So for Crackcat to turn this around, they need to win Ilios. Faircloud wins Ilios, that will be it, and they will take the lead and the round essentially. And this will be probably the last. This is the last round essentially for the tournament today. And tomorrow, if you're interested, yes, there isn't an official one. The official stream will actually be tomorrow. I'm sort of just doing like a guest stream analysis stream. And if you're interested in that stream, you should definitely go and follow their main Twitch. And I will get that right now. 1 minute. 1 minute. Trying to get it. This is their main Twitch. So go check out their main Twitch. Tomorrow we'll have the semifinals and finals. So that'll be cool to watch. Definitely, I think be some good teams there. So right now we're still in round 2, and you can check the bracket on their events page on their website. Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready. Raven just yelling from the other room. Am I ready? I see Wojtek and Coop like all the time. Yeah, dude grinds. Dude definitely grinds. Okay. Raven, are you ready? Not mental. Same. How is your day, Meatball? How you doing, man? Okay. Oh, Lava OW is watching. Alright, so I was curious to see what people bring out here. Normally people play a lot of like 6-man. I've seen ball comp. You can play brawl here, but normally like the go-to is 6-man. So off the gate it looks like people are going 6-man. So I was like lock in the Bastion, wink wink. I'm curious what type of 6-man. You've got the Sombra Reaper, you've got like the Tracer Sombra. You can sort of see both, but based on how long this map is, you know, I think Sombra Tracer might inherently be better, but you know, if you've got a good Reaper player and you're confident in that Reaper, there are some great tellies. I think you can get a lot of value out of. You can go for it. It's very interesting. Bearclaw is actually going for Reaper Tracer and no Sombra, which I think is like sort of important to play against certain type of compositions. It's sort of greedy though, as if you're playing into, I would say, 6-man actually. Astro Zenix takes a lot of damage. ALW has the hacked health pack, also is able to go in more. Astro Zenix has no jump and no bubble. Oh, it's a big boop here by Graham, but unfortunately doesn't get anyone. Snarl is pushing in really aggressively. They do have a Reaper advantage, so they need to play fast. That health hack pack is getting insane value, but what's actually curious is Astro already has Primal and manages to boop 2 people off the map. That is insane. Now that is a fast Primal. He got it faster than literally the Warriors got Coalescence. Oh my goodness. That's crazy to think about too, because he was down to resources so fast. And he managed to build it faster than ALW too. So now going into this next fight, Deco's got a beat way ahead of Graham. Critical's got the Coalescence almost. So they sort of have a quote-unquote ult advantage. The biggest thing is how can they get value out of EMP. There's a big Coalescence engage. The Coalescence beat. That beat's really early. The Coalescence already happening. It's not needed. It's a pulse that goes on Dylan. Dylan's low HP. EMP, it's a pretty strong EMP, but Tim managed to get a kill and didn't get the... It doesn't manage to actually get the Lucio, and then a beat Reaper ult comes in. One of my favorite combos, by the way. I love beat Reaper ult. I think it's insanely strong, and it's really good for ebb and flow matchups. Astro is really low. He goes in, jump goes in. He's forced out. They need to be able to force Tim out. Otherwise, Critical's going to die. They force Reaper out now. Graham is creating a lot of space in that backline to actually peel for their tanks while they were low. Tim's also 1 HP. It just feels like Cracked Cats isn't able to really convert these kills. They have the space, but they're just not converting kills. We saw it before with their ultimates. Right? They're just not able to get these kills in. They push forward. And Bearclaw is pushing really aggressively here and really committing and getting value. One thing I want to sort of talk about more is sort of how Graham actually managed to create so much space by pushing forward Tim 2 and sort of pressuring their backline. So when ALW tried to punish Astro or I think it was Pink, they weren't able to because their backline couldn't walk up. Dude, actually, I know, right? He built that Primal so fast. No Widowmakers. It's going into this next round. Zest almost has EMP, needs to play for it. Snow, they almost have Coalescence too. They can mirror Coalescence. Graham doesn't have the beat yet, but he's closing it fast. There's a Primal to go for. Snell gets a pick on Zura. A Coalescence engage. Oh, and they push in. Big Reaper ult. Snow managed to actually get Tim. Pink killed Snow though. And that it's a huge EMP, but Beat again manages to get it, and they're not able to actually convert. It's a massive beat, counter beat by Deco to try and get value. AstraZeneca is 1 HP, and they all manage to sort of pummel on him and kill him. Clear gets actually a stomp on Deco. ALW managed to kill Bink. This might go in Crackcat's favor, but Tim manages to actually kill ALW. Pulse goes on Dylan. Dylan's forced a Diva bomb. Tim manages to one-tap Diva Dylan right over there. Massive Reaper ult. Critical gets a kill, and it's actually a 2v1 on point. Critical's 1 HP up. He goes back. I think this is going to go towards Bearclaw. And Bearclaw ends up capping 100-0. Again, like, so many fights are just so close. Like, they're so close, but they're just, you know, just something's missing. Something, you know, small. Alt value, right? Converting these kills when they have an actual advantage. It's just, man.
Greetings.
So close. Any chance you could share the code for this map? That is a latency question and a tournament organizer question. If you DM me on Discord, I could ask. DM me on Discord, I could try to get that answer to you. Okay, go in. Oh, ALW's on the ball-based composition with the Tracer Echo. Bearclaw is looking to go for more a 6-man composition. They're sort of like chilling in cage. Graham instantly forces out Snell. That's something you really like to see out of Tracers, out of Lucio's when they force out a Tracer. Also, Zest goes for a really aggressive angle that I really like to see, and he's sort of able to poke from a side here. Whoops, this thing's getting in my way. Zero manages to punish ALW, and this is looking rough here. Zest gets picked off too, and it really felt like Crackcats didn't really take like Zest tried to take the angle there, but he wasn't actually able to do anything. There was no disruption coming in from ALW. Snell got forced out way too early, so they weren't actually able to like benefit off that like setup. Like Zest got the position, but Snell got forced out, and then ALW like didn't get a roll through and just died. So you know, it's again when you're playing into a 6-man composition, you gotta understand where the Winston is. You gotta force that Winston out and force those necessary CDs. It is insanely important. Deco gets run out, and again, you're seeing like they're not pressuring the Winston, so Astro's like, you know what? I'm just gonna walk forward and go into them, and that's what he's doing. He's walking forward and just killing things. And Ball Tracer's forcing point, which could work in theory, but like the enemy team can make, or Bearclaw in this situation can make a decision saying like, you know, we're just gonna walk into them, kill them, and that's what's happening here. They're just walking forward and killing them. Yeah, it's Talon Dive is very it's not correct though, because sometimes you have a Tracer. Talon Dive infers like Sombra Reaper, so it's not actually correct because 6-man is more open. Sometimes even Echo too, depending on how you want to play. Alright. Sorry, I was reading some chat there. Engage with Coalescence there. Okay, Snow gets picked, unfortunately. Deco's under, and again, they're just setting tempo and going first. It really feels like, as ball comp, they're struggling to, like, clear Astro, and he's just sort of able to go in and do sort of whatever he wants. It looks like the top 2 teams so far we've sort of seen right now is definitely Bearclaw and Whoa, Astro's really in there. He's going for and Zest manages to punish Graham. Diva bomb engaged. Clear gets 2 from there. What a Diva bomb! Holy moly! But it looks like the top 2 teams are probably going to be G-Force, I would assume, and Bear Claw, which are normally like the top 2 teams, I'd say, in tier 3 in Overwatch currently. Dylan's low HP. He's getting pressured. Diva bomb happens. A beat Reaper ult actually there, right at the Diva bomb. And that looks like that'll be it. And unfortunately, it's 100-0. They weren't able to really force that Winston out. And that looks like that will be it, chat. From me. We'll see AstraZenex's play of the game. I'm calling this is when he got Primal insanely fast and he looked to boop them off. Just look at that jump pack damage and then the Primal. That's just so early. Holy moly. So early. Actually nuts. Insane player. And that guy recently came up. Like, he got put under as a sub for a few teams, and then, now he's on a top tier 3 team and he's doing pretty well for himself. So that will sort of be it from the tournaments today. Like I said, tomorrow the tourney will continue. If you're interested, you can go check out the site here, as well as you can go check out their Twitch, which I just posted. Let me get it again. Whoops. Let's see here, and this is their Twitch. So make sure to go follow their Twitch if you're interested, because that's where it's going to be on tomorrow. It's going to start at 2 p.m. EST. And they will play the semifinals and the finals. If we look at it actually right now, we can sort of see, I know scores will still be updating technically. So Bear Claw is 1. These are 2 teams in the Reckless org, so they're actually playing each other. I'm really curious to see, what happens here. Then after that, these 2 teams, OU Crimson is a collegiate team, I'm pretty sure. State, I'm not too sure who they are. G-Force with Choke Pointers, not sure who Choke Pointers are. But I think G-Force should win this. So my prediction is G-Force will go up. They'll play these 2 teams. G-Force will win. Bear Claw will beat one of the Reckless teams, and then it'll be Bear Claw versus G-Force in the finals. In the finals, I'm telling you right now, that will be a good match. These 2 teams have, fought each other constantly in finals before. And normally, it's been up and down. So that will definitely be a good one to watch. So I highly suggest it. Definitely check it out. I think that is it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed. You guys enjoyed my educational content. Obviously, check out my Discord. And you can definitely check out my YouTube if you want more educational content. And if you guys like this type of stuff that I'm doing with Latency, let me know. I can try and collab with more tourney organizations as well and do more of this type of stuff. And like I said, obviously, if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a follow. What's hi little Lucio? How are you, man? Thank you, Latency. Appreciate it. Thank you, Serial. No problem at all. So that, I think, is it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I'm gonna raid somebody, so let me look to raid someone, chat. Let us see who to raid. Let us raid. Who do we raid? I will raid Mr. Leg Day Gaming. So go check out Mr. Leg Day Gaming. You guys can give him some love. If people don't know who Leg Day is, he is a caster in Overwatch Contenders. He's a great dude, really fun, and should be pretty exciting to watch him play. So yeah, check him out. Much love, guys. Have a great night. GG's to everyone. Congrats to all the teams that made it forward next round.